You've heard the story, right? The one about beginner's luck. It's this legend in the gambling world. The idea that when you're new, you're somehow blessed with this, magical first win. Okay, let's get into this, because what if I told you it has almost nothing to do with luck at all?
And there it is. That's the line. We've all heard some version of it, haven't we? You hear it everywhere, from actual casinos to online forums. It's this story that feels so real, you just assume it has to be true. But today, we're going to pull back the curtain on this whole illusion.
Here's the thing. That powerful feeling of first-time luck, it is not some random gift from the universe. Nope, it's a perfectly constructed experience, built from a mix of your own brain chemistry, some really clever strategy, and just pure timing. We're talking about the gears turning in your brain, the deliberate design of the game, and yeah, a dash of perfect timing. Let's break down exactly how it works.
So, our investigation starts right inside our own heads. The first piece of this whole puzzle is all about the unique way our brain processes a brand new, exciting experience.
I mean, think about it. The first time you do anything that gets your heart pumping, your brain is just firing on all cylinders. That chemical, dopamine, the one for anticipation and reward, it's surging. Everything is new, it's fresh, and your senses are totally cranked up to 11. You're not just playing, you are in it.
Now, what's really wild is when you see the contrast here. For the beginner on the left, that dopamine rush is like a giant spotlight. It makes every tiny win feel like you just hit the jackpot, right? Meanwhile, the losses, they barely even register. They just kind of fade into the background. But for the veteran player on the right, well, it's just another Tuesday. The novelty's gone, dopamine is back to normal, and wins and losses are just data.
And this lays out the sequence perfectly. You play, you get that chemical rush, and then your brain automatically plays favorites. It highlights the wins and buries the losses, and boom. A super powerful, totally selective memory gets locked in. Your brain doesn't remember the whole session. It remembers the feeling of winning. Okay, so let's move to the second clue here, because it's not just your brain creating this illusion all on its own. The environment itself, it's often designed to help it along. Casinos, and especially the online ones, they study a new player's first experience more than almost anything else. And why? Because they know that first impression is everything. It pretty much decides your entire future with them. They have a very, very strong interest in making sure your first time feels like a good one. So, how do they do it? Well, a lot of platforms will put new users in what's called low volatility conditions. Now, this is not about rigging the game, let's be clear. It's about adjusting the environment. Think of it like this. You might be playing a slot that's set to give out more frequent, smaller wins. Or maybe you're in an online poker game against other new players. It's basically a strategically softened welcome mat. It's not designed to give you a life-changing jackpot. Not at all. It's supposed to be a little taste. Just enough to grab your attention and make you feel like, hey, I'm actually pretty good at this. It's just this subtle push in the right direction. A little nudge that reinforces that good feeling your brain is already primed for. It feeds right into that dopamine rush we were just talking about.
Because that's the real goal here. It's not to make you rich on day one. It's to make your brain say, hey, that felt awesome. We should do that again. That's the heart of the beginner's luck illusion. It's built to create a memory that you'll want to chase.
But of course, we can't ignore the last piece of this puzzle, and it's a big one. Pure, simple, unadulterated chance. So here's something you really gotta understand. A slot machine's payout percentage, it's calculated over millions of spins, not just the 10 minutes you're sitting there. And what that means is, in any short little session, literally anything can happen. A big win is technically possible at any second for any player. And this is the perfect metaphor, right? For an experienced player, a random win is just part of the grind. But for a beginner, that random moment of perfect timing, hitting right when their brain is already buzzing with dopamine, it feels like a sign from the heavens. It's an unforgettable event. So you've got the brain chemistry, you've got the casino strategy, and you've got that perfect timing. So what happens when these three things smash together? Well, you get to the most dangerous part of the whole illusion, the aftermath. That first powerful memory of winning, and it doesn't matter if it was a huge jackpot or just a few small wins your brain stitched together, that feeling becomes the new standard. It's the emotional benchmark that every single future session gets measured against. And this is just straight-up human psychology. That very first reward carves a deep path in your brain. It's the memory your brain will keep going back to, over and over,
trying to get that original hit of excitement again.
And this lays out the cycle perfectly. The hook gets set with that first manufactured lucky experience, and then the losses that come later, instead of making you stop, they actually become the motivation to keep playing, to get back to that first high. It's a chase that can go on for years.
So, to sum it all up, beginner's luck isn't just one thing, it's a perfect storm. It's your brain's natural buzz from something new, amplified by a casino's smart welcome mat, validated by a random moment of pure chance, and then locked in place by the way our brains are wired.
And this right here is the most important takeaway from this whole explainer. The real power of this phenomenon isn't about the money you walked away with that first night.
It makes you believe you've got a special gift. It makes you believe you're the one who can beat the system. It makes you believe that amazing feeling is just one more spin away. It is the belief, not the win, that keeps you coming back for more.
Look, the feeling of that first win is absolutely 100% real. But the luck behind it, that's the illusion. And that leaves us with a pretty important question, doesn't it? What other powerful illusions are we all living under just because the feeling they create is too good to question?